Welcome to the latest edition of Millennial Boom with Diane Faith and Stanley Roberts, where almost no subject is off limits. Now, here are your hosts, Boomer Diane Faith and Millennial at Heart, Stanley Roberts.
Can you guys hear us now?
Yes, no
Then I'll
audio.
set up perfectly good. Of course, as soon as you go live, it all fails.
Of course, that's how it works.
You know us. We wouldn't be who we are if we didn't.
No, we literally been working on it for we literally have been working on the audio for an hour because it's a whole new setup.
Yeah.
New mics, new mixer, everything was set up just right. But then, just before we were supposed to push the one button, the camera turned to black.
And is that what changed it?
Remember, it was all black?
Yeah.
And so somehow or another in the settings, when it went to black, it changed everything.
And the audio changed to the
The audio
camera?
changed to the camera.
Oh, okay.
So then it wasn't working anymore because you can't have both.
All right. So you guys can hear us clearly now. Great.
And as you can see, Diane's wearing her Warriors, and 76ers swept. I can't say the same for the Warriors.
Oh,
but
God. Well, the Warriors have now tied it to 2. Or tied it at 2. So we will see. I don't know what that is.
that's because 76ers swept the
Okay,
Nets.
that's not a
broom.
That's not a broom.
That is a broom.
You're holding a bat at this point.
No, I'm holding a broom because I'm sweeping the floor.
No, a broom is
Like what?
Never mind.
Thank you.
You certainly sound good with this new setup. Awesome. Okay, great. We're glad we sound good.
We like it. We have headphones now, so if someone came on live, we could hear them. We can hear ourselves now. The weirdest part is when we were doing this test, we could hear like you scratching your arm.
Can you hear me scratching? You heard
I
that?
can hear you scratch your arm.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. I can hear the guy selling beer down at the corner store.
Oh my God. So no belching?
Oh, I'm going to have to belch at least once. You got to test this mic out.
Oh goodness.
So we have our own. You have your own mic now.
I do have my own.
So we're
mic
not
now.
sharing spit on one mic.
That sounds so disgusting.
All right. Well. All right.
All right. Well, we're glad we sound better. Oh, Gabriel says this morning I performed a Mozart sonata for violin and piano with an excellent violinist. Awesome. That sounds
Right.
good. Stanley might be pranking because I didn't hear anyone scratch an arm. Yeah, he's pranking. He always does. I didn't hear me scratch my arm too, so that's why I knew he was lying.
I got yelled at today for telling about one of my pranks.
To who?
I didn't really yelled at. They just said it's not cool.
Who?
So I told the story about how when we were at Trader Joe's, and I told the guy that we'd already brought the water.
Oh, you told that online?
Well, I told it because I said, honestly, let me read to you what I wrote.
Oh,
so that
okay.
way you can hear exactly what I wrote.
He tweets like every 2 minutes, and I don't read them.
So what I wrote was, and just to be fair.
Oh my gosh, I can hear it even when you smack your tongue.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
So wait, I'm trying to find it. Keep talking.
So thanks for joining us. This is what do you call it? What's today? Oh my wait.
What is this?
April 23rd. So today is April 23rd. You guys, we have like one more week until April's over. I can't even.
It's almost over?
It's almost over.
I just pulled an April Fool's joke like 3 days ago.
No, you're always pulling an April Fool's joke. Gabriel's like, it's called Sunday. Yes, I forgot what day it was real quick.
It's always Sunday.
I was trying to remember the date. So
right, I'm trying to find it. I'm almost there.
You want to know why you can't find it?
Because you tweet every few seconds. Okay. Honestly, I wrote this. Is what I wrote on Twitter
Why do you always make me
7 hours
sound
ago.
like that?
Honesty goes a long way with me. I may keep the faith. That's you.
Oh, you tagged me?
Very uncomfortable at Trader Joe's. I grabbed a case of Gerald Steiner USA and rolled up to the register with a straight face. I told the cashier not to ring it up. Where did I go? I just had to open it up because it was a bigger thing. Not to ring it up because it was already paid for. He said, "Okay, no problem. You were there."
I was
He
there.
was like, "Okay."
I was
And
cringing.
she was cringing, and I were
because I was like, oh my gosh, I have to say something. And then I was like, wait, let me wait because maybe he'll say something. And then he wasn't saying anything.
So wait, so let me finish. So Diane's
Okay.
face changed immediately to a distressed look, and she became fidgety because she was like, "Oh my God, is he really trying to do this?" She knows me better than that, but yet sometimes though she just forgets.
Sometimes
and she goes,
he's unpredictable.
She goes, I watched it as a cashier rang up everything because we brought a few items, not just one item.
Yeah, we were grocery shopping.
And the $30 case of sparkling water, which, by the way, the sparkling water is the only water I've found that if you leave the top off for 3 days, it's still sparkling water. Unlike some where you leave it off for 10 minutes and it's flat.
It's really good.
Now, the look on her face was that of distress because she was raised better than that. In other words, she would never do that. And I knew that. And she I'm surprised she thought that I would do it.
Well, because he held out a lot longer than I thought.
I did a straight face. Well, he was ringing everything up.
Well, yeah, and I was like, is he gonna say anything? I was like, in my head was like, is he gonna say anything? If he rings up everything and doesn't say anything, I'm gonna have to say something. That was my thought process.
So the look on her face was distress, and she as I said, she was really better than that. I looked at the cashier and laughingly said, "Ring up the water." I was only joking. He laughed and I laughed. Diane, on the other hand, was like, "Oh my, I was about to jump in and tell the truth." And I'm like, we were not going to walk out with a 30 bottle of water.
I mean, I don't know. It's like, I want to have your back and I want to support you. But at the same time, I'm like, that's just wrong.
Can I call you Twitter?
No.
Yeah, because you're like, I watch you every day, but I can't support you in this one.
Do you have a crack in your glasses?
No, it's just, it's weird these glasses work. There's no crack. We had that before.
Okay.
Give me my lens cleaner over there and I'll clean it and you'll see it.
That's okay. You've got to be careful because you're going to start giving.
No, trust me, we are not
ideas.
giving anybody bad ideas. It was a prank. I told you guys it was a prank. If it was a bad idea, would be if someone actually. It's crazy because if you tell what you did, then it's like, oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do this. But the point we're trying to make was that I prank you all the time, and it works.
I mean, we could literally probably recreate the pranks that he does to me and have a lot of reels. You guys, he pranks me all the time. Mind you, I don't prank that often because I'm not good at it and because I will bust myself out.
She starts laughing sometimes, but I try to get her where she can't really figure it out what's going on. And then she usually says, "What is going on?" And then she realizes she got pranked. And it's fun.
Well, and
it's harmless because we're not really attempting to do anything. And
the cashier did say, "Hey, I don't know because people do this. People actually do that.
Do buy stuff, and they said they paid for it, and they just take it out the door."
Yeah.
Now,
so it wasn't anything that he hadn't heard before.
Yeah. So it wasn't like he was like shocked about it or even. But I think it was pretty cool in the cashier because he had the trust to go, "Oh, okay." As opposed to, well, I need to see a receipt.
I thought he was going to say, can I see a receipt?
No, remember when I looked at him, I said, "Oh, you want to see a receipt?" And then when I said that, it kind of confirmed to him that, oh, maybe I was telling the truth.
And then he said no.
I said, I need a receipt.
And he trusted him.
He trusted me.
Yeah.
And I said, "Look, I'm just messing with you. Bring it up." But the funny part is about that was he didn't know how to ring up a case of water.
He didn't. So he actually had charged us way more than the actual case of water. So I always check the receipt before I leave, but he was the one that grabbed the receipt. We walked out, we got down the street, and he goes, "Oh," I go, "Let me look at the receipt." We looked at it and I was like, "Oh my gosh, he charged you a lot for that water."
He did. So, he actually ended up charging us $24 more than what.
So he went back.
So I had to go back and get him to, because what happened was he didn't know how to ring up a case of water. Mm-hmm. And there's no, and I've had the same problem at other.
Your phone's on do not disturb.
It is, but it is. It actually is, but for some reason it went off.
Oh, Betty Veronica, I'm very sorry to hear about your cat.
What happened?
She said, "I had to say good. I'm glad to see you guys. I had to say goodbye to my cat really recently, and my heart is." And she has a broken heart emoji. I am very, very sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Mm-hmm.
and just so I can go backwards for a second. We just switched gears because you read that and you went straight to it, and we weren't finished the other conversation.
That's true, and we got put on blast last week about that.
And we got put on.
Yeah, that's
so.
true.
Hold on, Betty. We want to talk about your cat, and we want to share our condolences. But let's finish this portion of it first before we go to the next one. Stay on track, because then we get to about cats and chickens and goats. All right. So the point we're trying to make was that I prank you all the time. But back to the water bottle, he didn't know how to ring up a case of that water. And I've had the same problem at other Trader Joe's where they have a case, but they try to ring it up per bottle. But he wanted to take the case. He wanted to open up the case and take the bottle out and ring up one individual bottle, which would have been a problem in trying to bring the case home.
Yeah, because it would have already been open.
It would have opened, and that leaves it open for it to shift and bottles fall flying. So I walked back and grabbed the bottle, and he started ringing it up. But apparently he rang up another bottle too. He rang up another bottle of unsparkling water, 4 different bottles of water.
4 different bottles of water,
to try to reach the price. I told him what the price was. But there we go.
He probably lost trust for you after that.
No, it wasn't none of that.
I'm just kidding.
He just didn't. I mean, I've seen it at other Trader Joe's where they don't know how to ring up the case, even though it's on the wall at $29.95. I say $30 because it's rounding it off with tax and with CRV and with LSNOP and MOBUSAC and
WXYZ. I can't. Gabriel says, Diane, you can't let Diane. Oh, wait, Diane, you can't let Stanley.
See, the problem with Diane trying to prank somebody, she can't keep a straight face.
I can't. And you guys, like, there's part of me that like tries to do, like, I'll try to do something, and deep down inside, like, I already feel bad for doing this, and so I either bust myself out or I laugh too hard at the fact that I'm thinking this is so funny and it's gonna be so great. And then I ruin it because I'm laughing so hard. I have gotten you maybe like a couple of times.
Yeah, you have. So before we change subjects, and we'll go straight to the next one, which is Betty Veronica, is I want to ask a question and see who can know the answer. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question, and then the 8 seconds as we go through, because there's an 8-second delay just in case somebody comes in here and does something weird. And yes, there's no tax on water, but we have a CRV, which is per bottle for recycling, which
it's like a 10 cents.
10 cents, per bottle.
We didn't have that in Arizona. It was great.
Yeah. So how many tickles does it take to make a octopus laugh? The question is, how many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? Let's hear your answers in the chat.
Okay. And while you guys are thinking about that, I'm just going to tell him something real quick. That joke is not funny.
They can hear you.
I know.
Is that a joke? Yes, it is a joke.
Yes, it's a joke.
How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? So go ahead and do it, and I will tell you the answer in a few seconds. But now let's go to Betty Veronica. Sorry about your cat. We have our condolences. We know what it's like to have a family member. And in that case, a furball member.
A furry member.
Don't say furry member. That's a whole different thing.
Oh, okay. A furry friend? A furry friend?
Yeah, a furry friend.
Okay. Who's a furry member?
Furry is a group of people that dress up in.
Oh, yeah. I saw that on TV for the first time like a week ago. I never even heard of them.
Yes. All right. So.
Someone got it.
Who? I didn't get it yet.
Betty Veronica.
What did she write?
Tentacles.
Yeah, tentacles.
He was, when we first heard that, he was dying. I was like, that's not funny.
Yeah, it takes
typical dad joke.
Yeah, I love it. Gabriel's like, octopus don't laugh.
Octopi don't laugh.
Well, he wrote here, octopi don't laugh twice. He wanted to make sure we heard it. It's
you
a
mean
joke.
We read it? Make sure we read it.
Yeah,
right?
It's a joke. That's who cares if they don't. How do we know they don't laugh? They
He
might laugh.
said, I can ask the octopus at work, but I don't think she will respond.
They're pretty mute.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. They don't have a contract to talk.
That dad joke.
That joke is hilarious.
So bad.
Tentacles.
I really did not. I did not. And I think a lot of things are funny. And I did not think that joke was funny at all. No, the first time I misspelled it and then deleted it.
Well, guess what? It didn't delete because we can still read it.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that you misspelled it. Oh, yeah, he spelled it with a U. Okay.
Yeah, but he deleted it thinking we wouldn't notice. We see everything. We see everything. Wow, that is so cool. This mic
That
is
sounds
like,
real crisp.
I know, like, whoa,
Real crisp.
like crispy.
Okay, how do we get past that bad joke now?
All right. Let's talk about.
Oh, wait. I know we're going to go. Okay, so now we're going to go back on the water topic because William Lynn posted something that I didn't know.
Okay.
He says there's a bottle recycling machine in Safeway called Olyns, Olyns. You can get money to PayPal 50 bottle limit.
We don't have those out here because I've never seen them.
Well, we don't really go to Safeway. Maybe we should check
I've been
out...
to Safeway and I've never seen them in ones we go to.
William Lynn, are you? I believe you're in California, right? I want to say because I think we've chatted before, but I'll have to look that up. That's interesting because we do. I mean, I save bottles and then I just give it to like family members that I know collect. So because
we tried to go to the recycling place once
when we first moved back.
Oh,
you guys, we saved like so much and we got like what, $12 back?
No, but not even $12. It was the whole task of recycling should have been you should have been paid $100 an hour.
Well, you know what? Okay, number one mistake we made.
We
went on a Saturday.
Showing up.
Number two mistake we made.
We went on a Saturday.
We didn't. No, that was the number one.
No.
Okay, so number one mistake, we actually went. Number two, we went on a Saturday, and number three, we didn't do our research because we didn't realize that like people go there and like the lines are long.
And they weren't there. They were like refrigerators and
with huge people had like their pickup trucks.
One guy had a tank.
They had a lot of bottles. We had like one measly bag, or no, was it two?
It was 2 bags.
We had 2 measly bags, but he got us through because we didn't realize that like we don't have to sit in the car for very long because we had the 2 bags. So we just walked them in, line to walk them in, way shorter. So went to walk them in, but the process was like you have to do everything. You take out the bottles from the bags, the bottles in the cans, you put them into the garbage. You guys probably even know the process. Anyways, way more than I remembered because when I lived in LA, they did it for you. You would just bring them the bags. But mind you, I did it at a Smart and Final, and you would just bring the bags and they would empty it all out for you and they would count them. They didn't weigh them. At this place we went to, they weighed it.
Well, you also had to remove any bottle caps.
Oh, any wrappers?
Any wrappers.
Oh.
We didn't know we had to do all that.
Yeah. It was too much work.
It had to be like a naked bottle. And it was like all that work for $12. It was like, whoa.
Yeah. We were like, so we never did it again. We just give our bottles to family members.
William said there's this app store and Apple, Google's an Apple that shows you where you can find these places.
Cool. Okay.
But we actually turn them over to family members because they have a better system.
They have a better system. The people that I think that end up giving it to, I think can benefit from it more too. So I think that it works out better. But I just save them up for like a week. Then I give them to the family members and they,
So we can switch gears for a second. The Oakland A's leaving Oakland behaving badly.
Oh yeah. Oh well, this is all the Bay Area people are probably gonna be hurt by this. The out-of-staters though probably don't care.
I heard a video today about that, and some people are saying that it's because of the crime and unsafeties and whatnot. But someone else brought a different perspective, claiming that the owner is the only one who's really benefiting from this whole situation because he pretty much almost doubles his money by moving there. His money.
Oh, so it's only for the owner's benefit?
That's what the one article said. One poster on social media was saying that, and he appeared to be a sports person and of course, I'll say this. When we went to the store one day and the guy was selling beard stuff, he had on a smock to look like he was a doctor, and he was just selling.
Oh, at that store.
So people tend to dress up the part because it looks official. Mm-hmm. That point I'm trying to make is that in his case, he had, sports memorabilia behind him, which, I can put posters of farms behind him. It doesn't mean I'm a farmer. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I couldn't legitimize what he was saying, but it made sense. If that makes sense. He was saying that it was all about, because he said that they were supposed to raise $835 million, and Oakland raised $837 million, so they raised above what they needed. He also said that that the A's, the city of Oakland, raised the prices. They doubled the ticket prices so they can make money off of it, as opposed to, and the Oakland A's are the lowest as of 2021, I think it was, were the lowest team. Their budget is like 2 digits, as opposed to some of them that have
Two digits?
like 66 million,
Oh, okay.
as opposed to 125 million. Like what's the New York?
The New York Yankees?
Yankees have a huge budget.
Mhm.
I mean, they can pay.
Well, there's also the New York Mets, but I
Yeah.
just said Yankees because I assumed you were probably talking about that.
I don't know, one of those teams. They have a huge budget.
Okay.
And so now they're building a new. Well, they were the A's are built. They were going to build a new stadium, but now
The A's are building their new stadium near the Oakland port with a gondola. I
not
don't think
they,
they're
that
moving
anymore.
out of
They moved out of
California.
that.
Well, yeah, because this past week they just signed a binding agreement, right, for a location in Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas, so
Yeah.
they will be. And if you've ever been to Vegas, except for Gabriel, if you drive on the 15 heading, would that be east? Because west would be heading towards LA. So heading towards east, you would, after you pass, tell you where the stadium's going to be. After you pass, what's that new stadium there now?
Allegiant, where the Raiders play.
So there's an exit there. So if you get off the exit, you turn right, you would be right smack in the middle of New York, and Excalibur and MGM Grand. But if you go to the left, it would be right to the right of that left turn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's right in that same vicinity is where they're going to build it at, and they expect it to be completed by 2027.
So is that going to be kind of like Chase Center and Oracle Park? How the proximity?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. So
in like here, Chase Center.
It'll be proximity. But see, so what I think is going to happen right away, and somebody just mentioned that, is that they are building a new stadium, but they could, by default, play at the Raider Stadium right now in.
Oh, so they're not going to play in Oakland until their stadium's ready. They might be moving to
I don't
Las
know.
Vegas.
I don't want to speculate.
Because I was going to say, that'd be a lot of work to turn the football field into a baseball field. Not to say it hasn't happened, a.k.a. Candlestick Park here, when the Giants and the 49ers used to play at Candlestick both at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, not at the same time.
Well, it wouldn't be hard because the A's and the Oakland played in Oakland before. The only hard part would be converting the field for baseball.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the field is convertible like that.
Wait, did the Raiders? Oh, the Raiders also played. Wait,
Yeah.
did the Raiders also play at
Yes.
where the A's played before?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I didn't realize that, because I've been to a Raiders game and an A's game.
Yeah, so they played at the same place.
It's been a very long
Remember,
time.
okay, when we go for the barbecue?
Yeah,
all those bleachers that we're sitting under that's out there? No, those are for the football games.
Okay.
So when they do football, they bring all those bleachers in and make it into a stadium.
I never even put two and two together. Yeah. Let me see. Gabriel says, I've been to Las Vegas, but odd-numbered interstates like I-15 run north-south, not east-west. Dang, he'd be correcting you.
Actually,
I was going to say, I thought it was east-west.
If you run on the 15, it takes you straight to LA, which would be west. So, yeah, here's the deal about LA, and here's the deal about the freeways. The 101 freeway goes north, south, east, and west. Prove me wrong. Because if you go there,
in LA,
you can actually see the sign that says LA 101 north, 101 south. But then when you get on, it says 101 west and 101 east.
That's true. In LA, because when I lived in Encino, there was an entrance, I think, in Tarzana. They all said that. It was 101 west and east. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
So I don't care if it's north, south, whatever you want to call it. When you're heading home, you're heading west, because that's the only way you can get home. And that's. But here's something I didn't know: baseball. And remember, let me find this up on I want to get this one right. What? So did you know that?
Oh, the A's lease ends in 2024. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't realize that. So Jeanette says, I heard they may temporarily play at the minor league park north of the city.
That might be Fremont.
North of what city? Is it Vegas? Is it in Vegas, or is it still here locally? The 49ers moved to Candlestick from Kezar in 1971. That's when it got enclosed, and they put it in that awful AstroTurf. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so here's something I didn't know. So, you ready for this? A little bit of trivia, and of course, somebody's going to tell me I'm wrong, but that's okay. I'm always waiting to be told I'm wrong.
Oh, okay.
My whole life is to be told I'm wrong.
North of Vegas.
So, the New York Giants, before they became, the San Francisco Giants, before they became the San Francisco Giants, what was their name?
Well, I always believed they were the New York Giants, and the LA Dodgers before that were the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Did you know that their name was the New York Gothams?
What years?
Oh, I don't know the years, but here's their logo. New York Gothams.
I'm gonna look that up. Oh, why when I searched New York Gothams, San Francisco Giants came up?
Yep, there you go. I just touched something new. I learned that from someone.
The 1883 New York Gotham season was the franchise's first season. The team replaced the Troy Trojans. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me. Oh, that's Wikipedia. Let me see if I can find something else. This the dead silence though is a good time to like make sure that the chat catches up too.
Yeah, no, that's so. Oh, she said north of Vegas they could play.
I read that.
I'm sorry, I'm playing catch up on the chat. So there you go. They were called the New York Gothams, which is ironic that we have Gotham SF.
But let me see. I don't know about that.
What?
Well, because I'm looking at it and it looks like it was only called that. Was it only called that in 1883?
It was still called that is the point.
No, I know, but
I'm not saying it went on forever because no one even heard of the New York Gothams before.
All right.
So
I'm gonna do a little bit of research later.
Remember back in the day when you were when the 49ers played at the Candlestick?
Yes.
And the streets near your old house was always clogged with everybody going.
I don't want to remember that. That was horrible. Even when the Giants played, both of them. So like we back to back, like it was like nonstop traffic on my street.
And then you had the music playing real loud.
People yelling and celebrating once they won. The only issue is when the Giants left, but when the 49ers still played there and I was working overnights, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Man, they would keep me up after the games were over. So annoying.
So annoying. What?
All right, let's see. I know even in the chat we've got like mixed conversations though. So Gabriel's talking about like the signs for the freeways, and Jeanette's talking about 49ers. And then okay, and then some people are talking about baseball. Okay. So how do we want to do this?
So go backwards and see what we missed so we don't like overstep someone else's post that was relevant and we missed it.
Oh, so north of Vegas. So I think Brian is saying that it's going to be played in Summerlin. They're going to play in Summerlin, looks like.
You know what's weird though about Vegas?
What?
Everything in Vegas is Vegas.
What do you mean?
If you go to Vegas, Las Vegas, you think I'm in Las Vegas, but in actuality, you're not in Las Vegas.
You're in Paradise.
You're in Paradise, which is an unincorporated county in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because it's unincorporated, the rules are completely different. So on the Strip, and just the Strip, you can drink in public. You can have an open container. You can even have a beer in the car as long as the driver is not drinking the beer.
That to me is wild.
But go 1 block or 2 blocks off the Strip, all the rules go out the door. So now here's the reverse of it. So on the Strip, there's no prostitution. Off the Strip, it's legal.
When do you think it'd be the other way around?
Well, you would think that, but think of when you add alcohol, that much alcohol, prostitution. And gambling, you're going to have, it's a series of issues that can go on.
So we have a close friend that is a hardcore Oakland A's fan.
Okay.
Do you think he is now going to be traveling to Las Vegas to do the tailgating?
Well, ironically, I called him as soon as this thing went down.
Mm-hmm.
And ironically, I'll say it again, ironically, or the third time, he got the news as he was coming back from Las Vegas. And
for something separate, different?
Totally different.
Totally separate.
And of course, you know what I did? I went deep off the deep end. I jumped off into that thing like I was jumping into a pool with sharks. And I said, so you went there and signed this deal with the A's to get them to go to Las Vegas, and then you jump on a plane and come back home like nothing happened. And of course, he laughs. He goes, oh, what do you think is going to happen? And I said, and I still have we were texting each other. And without saying names, I will say how our conversation went. Because I was like, dude, you went there and you literally sold out. And he's a hardcore A's fan. I mean, he buys season tickets every year. And he wrote, what a downer. Oakland mayor doing a presser in about an hour. I really want to hear what she has to say. When she was elected, I wondered if she would try to help keep the A's as much as Libby did, or she would ask them without asking too much from the team. But my first message to him was, I said, so are you going to move to Vegas too?
What did he say?
He said, oddly, I just returned from Vegas 6 hours ago. Oh, you closed the deal? Secret negotiations? He goes, it was weird. The news broke as I was on the Las Vegas airport and made me suspect that I jinxed it.
Man, that's crazy. I really do honestly wonder what he's going to do. We have this hardcore.
Thank you, Brian, for the $9.99 super chat.
Yes, thank you, Brian.
Oh, by the way, if you haven't noticed, all this new equipment is from your donations from Super Chat. We're not buying crack with it. We're actually buying equipment.
Why would we? Out of all the examples you could have given, crack?
I don't know.
We don't even do that.
Okay. All right, fine. Okay, we could have brought heroin, but we didn't. Well, what? Oh.
You do realize that like these stay on YouTube, right? You can't have people thinking badly about us.
People podcasting badly.
I missed some things in the chat, so let me just go back. Let's see. Okay, Gabriel is completely obsessed with freeways.
Is he still on that?
He's like, you could also try going, I don't even know, someplace in Virginia where I-77 and I-81 run concurrently. But for instance, while traveling east, you could be on I-77 South and I-81 North simultaneously. Okay. Look at what you started with the freeways.
Oh, don't blame me. I'm just minding my business.
Oh, yeah. Betty Veronica says, Gabriel, there used to be a website called Ask Jeeves, but it would be fun if you had your own website, Ask Gabriel.
Loving
That's
it.
good. That's good. Jeanette says, my parents used to go to 49ers games at Kezar during the 50s. Mom told me stories about the place. Oh my gosh. You know what's so cool about that, Jeanette, is when I finally checked out Kezar was no longer 49ers territory, but it was where we practiced for track. So I ran track in middle school and high school, but for high school, that's where we had our track meets. That's where we practiced. We practiced at City College and Reardon for track, but we competed. We had our meets at Kezar. So that's pretty cool. So when I hear Kezar, I don't think of 49ers. I think of track meets. So, I mean, isn't that cool how like you can name a landmark and it just means something to different people?
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, I'm catching up in the chat.
So what Gabriel wrote, you also have fixed the backlighting issue. No, Mother Nature fixed the backlighting issue.
Oh yeah, it's called we had fog.
Yeah, we were fogged in.
We were fogged in for the past couple of days, so
you really couldn't get out the door without it being like saturated fogness. William Lynn just said something incredible.
What?
He says he's going to see Warren Buffett at the annual meeting for the 5th and 6th of May. My first time as a shareholder of his company. Hope it's fun. Hey,
wow, that's cool.
And make sure you shake his hand and say, hello, Mr. Buffett. You go, hey, have you seen Millennial Boom?
Oh, yeah. And you should tell him Millennial Boom, he should watch it. And also tell him to go to MrBadley.com.
Yeah.
MrBadley.com. And if he has some time, no, just check out MrBadley.com. I was going to pitch mine, but my website's not even done yet. So
yeah. What they just said. Oh wow, this changed. Look at this.
What?
I just put
wow. So you put the link there and it showed up as
no,
a QR
it moved
code?
it. I didn't do that.
Oh.
That was what.
Now we can't see the chat though.
I know. I'm going to change it back.
Yeah, Gabriel says we took away the chat.
Oh no, it's there. I just have to switch it back. That's some new setup they did, which I don't like. Ooh, it's even worse now. How do you change it? Hide. What?
Now it's us full again. It wouldn't be a millennial boom if we didn't mess something up.
I know. Isn't that crazy? So anyway, rechange everything. And I'm trying to put it back the way it was.
I know I like the chat. I remember when we first started this, we didn't have the chat on the side, so people that were on YouTube couldn't read what people on Facebook were saying. And I think for majority of the time we were doing this, we didn't have that. So only for like the last couple of months, I think we've had the chat on the side. Gabriel, you tell us what was the exact date we started having the chat on the side, because I think that's beneficial considering that I would have to look at your computer to see the Facebook comments. So. Betty Veronica says, who else would purchase a ringtone of Stanley's laugh? I think it would be a hilarious ringtone.
I don't know how to fix it.
No. Oh, Gabriel said we started it on January 8th, 2023. So we started it like a little over 3 months, almost 4 months ago, doing the chat on the side.
Oh, wait. What's this? Nope. So they've made some changes. And of course, they don't tell you the changes made until you click the changes. And then the changes go away. So there we go.
Oh, Gabriel says he thinks that may have been wrong. Okay. Well, let's just say I just said we were doing it for a couple of months because it didn't seem like we had been doing it too long. Jeanette's like technical difficulties.
I know. We lost the chat.
Because you put the QR code up there.
Well, you have the chat on the side.
That's there. YouTube. I need the...
I know. I mean, I was trying to put it up on the side because it always sits on the bottom. And now they've changed it again. And no one tells us they made changes. If they do, we didn't get the memo. And now I can't. How do you close it? That is really, really, really bizarre.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting on that, if you're on YouTube, please give us a thumb up.
A thumb?
Just a thumb. Well, because I say thumbs up and that means I'm implying like 2, right? So give us a thumb up. Good evening, Terrence. How are you? Do you want me to try?
No, it's just the button that was there is no longer there anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it just made it full screen. And of course I can fix it. I just got to figure out how to fix it.
Thanks, Jeanette.
So bear with us for a second while I try to figure this out. You keep talking. I don't know. They keep making these changes. Last time they made the change, we lost our mic. Now they've done it where it just did this, and I don't know.
All right. Well, William Lynn says KTLA 2 days ago. I think he means said California is the best state to raise a family as a single parent. Study finds. At Mr. Belly TV, my question is tax and cost of living. How did this study determine this fact? So that question is geared towards you, but I would like to read that study because I would like to figure out what they took into account to come to that conclusion that it's the best state to raise a family as a single parent. I would love to know what factors they looked at. So if you can send over that story, or I can always just look it up too, but that doesn't sound right.
So I have to build this thing all over again while you're talking so I can fix it.
Oh, so you can fix the chat?
Yeah, believe it or not. I'm building it right now.
All right. Betty says, how much money goes to Millennial Boom from buying your merch?
The money is a couple dollars on the. So everything we do, we don't make the merch ourselves. It's made by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So they take the lion's share of everything, and we get they tell me I can raise the price to get more revenue. But if I raise the price, then it doesn't seem reasonable to me. So I refuse to raise the price. So we get when you buy the merch, I probably get about $1, $2 from each piece. And so we just put it into the bank account and use it to upgrade stuff if we see fit. Hold on.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
What? Anon, I don't understand. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Are you waiting for the chat?
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm trying.
Jeanette says that same study probably has New Mexico as one of the worst states to raise a family. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Let's see if I can find the.
So I literally have to build it all over again to make it work, I think.
Okay.
Here we go.
I just found it. That study.
Oops.
Okay. California is the best state to raise a family as a single parent, study finds. Oh, there you go.
Well,
that's the
QR
QR
I'm getting
code.
Closer.
Okay, I'm going to skim through this real quick. Oops. Oh, I hate it when they are like, hey, this website uses cookies, accept all. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay, so the first line of this article says nearly a quarter of children under 18 in the United States live with a single parent, more than 3 times the global rate of 7%, according to the US Census Bureau. So if your family falls into this category, a new study suggests California is the best place to be. So they looked at, so Lending Tree was the one that ranked the states, and they based it on 10 criteria and 4 categories: income, affordability, time factors. So that's like average commutes, average hours worked, and workplace protections to determine the best places to raise a family. Let's see. So California ranked at the top based on high marks for workplace protections, income, and childcare assistance. So apparently California has the best, like the highest scores when it comes to those factors, which is why they landed on the top. I'm just skimming through this, so obviously there's probably more to this. California had the 6th highest income score based on an average single parent income of $60,235. Man, that doesn't sound very high for California. But okay, so anyways, that's right. William, or not William, were you the one that put this out there? It is on KTLA's website and it did post 2 days ago. So
I wonder about those posts sometimes. Those surveys that says better place to live, because you wonder how much money is being sent to someone to say, "Can you do a story about us and make us a great place to live?"
Well, Lending Tree was the one that did the study. So, if you would like to check it out.
No, I'll look into it. I'm just stuck on stupid right now because I can't get this thing to work.
So yeah, California was on top. Massachusetts came in second. Let me see where New Mexico is on that list. New Mexico is number 23. Wait, is Arizona on this list at all?
Okay, let's try that.
Just curious. Ooh, Arizona's number 41. Yikes. All right. Well, there you go. The worst one looks like it was Georgia. So
I see what's going on now. Sorry.
You found it?
Well, yeah, but you'll see in a minute. There's a little button there's a new button now.
You keep posting that in the.
I know. It doesn't work. Don't try to scan it. It's
okay.
Someone just scanned it.
After you said don't scan it, someone just scanned it.
Yeah. So there is. Sorry.
Now, I think you just put a QR code at the top too.
That one works.
Please donate.
This one, I have to delete, remove from list. Yes. And there was a little. Here we go. So overlay. All right. So it should start to appear again. See, you'll see in a second. The chat should come back. There we go.
There you go. Okay.
So they made some changes. Clearly, they're different from what before. I'm used to the chat being down here.
Do you remember how to do that now?
I do now, but I'm like, because it's like, why do I have to do that? Why do they keep changing stuff? It's kind of like, they change like this. You go to somewhere, you go, oh, we've made changes to the site, and then you're like, wait, what? And then you can't find anything because they moved everything around because it's moved around by an engineer who doesn't really use it. Mm-hmm. They just create the user interface and they think, oh, this is perfect.
I don't think it's like user friendly. They don't consider whether or not it's user friendly.
Right?
Yeah.
So the chat's back. I can see it. Yes, we are back. Anon. And I really hate it when people make changes to a user interface and they don't really give you a heads up that they changed it. They think this is going to be better. This is going to be so much more better. And then in the real life, it's like, what is this? And I'm not the best and most comprehensive expert on technical stuff like this.
But you're the millennial.
And you're the boomer.
I know.
And still, when they make changes, the changes get made.
When they make changes, the changes get made.
That is brilliant.
That sounds like BS.
When they make changes.
That's like stating the obvious.
It is the obvious.
Yeah.
Yes. when they make changes, changes get made. Put that on my tombstone. Stanley Roberts, when they make changes. Wait.
On your
Okay.
tombstone is the blue check mark thing.
I was about to go there.
I know you were.
Because I can say one thing. I tweeted earlier today. I think that was brilliant, the whole check mark fiasco. Why do I say brilliant? Why do you think I'm saying brilliant?
Because it's getting recognition without any money being involved.
He spent no money whatsoever to create this buzz about the check marks. And then he said, and he made it on 420, which the irony of that was the 420 day was when everybody lost their check marks. So imagine the people who were doing 420 and they go, dude, did I have a check mark? Dude, oh no. Did you have a check mark? Because it's not there. What? Let me see if my check mark's here. No, I had a check mark. And he goes, hey, go check your check mark. Oh, I paid for mine. It's going to be there. Oh, mine's is gone too. Now there's a big buzz, and it made it on Jimmy Kimmel. He showed everybody who had no check marks.
Right.
So national.
Steve Martin was one of them, right?
Steve Martin. I looked up a lot of Oprah Winfrey.
Jimmy
Kimmel lost his trademark,
but Jimmy Fallon kept
his trademark.
And
it's his check mark. So you compared the two. It's like the two Jimmys. One Jimmy lost his check mark. The other Jimmy got his check mark. And it was like this viral thing about take away everybody's check mark. And then it's like, then he gave one to the Beast, which you don't know who the Beast is, but he's a huge internet person who's social media guy, influencer.
Motivator?
Influencer.
Okay, because I was gonna say I think I might have seen one of his videos.
And people were literally legit peed off because they didn't have a check mark anymore. Now keep in mind, and I had to have the long pause because it's a virtual product. It's virtual. It literally sits. If we had no electricity tomorrow, if the world went blacked out, there would be no check marks. And it's, as I said before, this is an actual real life version of the Sneetches. If you ever seen Dr. Seuss' The Sneetches, this is exactly the Sneetches in 2023. And people go, wait a minute, how's it the Sneetches? Because there was two groups of people, two birds, and there were Sneetches. And one had a star, which we could say was a check mark. And the other did not have a star, which we could say did not have a check mark. And then some random guy shows up and says, hey, I have a machine that can give everybody stars. So that because the people with the stars thought, I got a star or I have a check mark, so I am better than you. I am literally better than you because I have a blue check mark.
But it's so weird though, because it originally, the check mark was a thing that was originally for verification.
It was.
And now it's not for verification anymore. It's more of like I honestly think it's more of like I'm better than you. It's like a comparison tool now. It's not a, you are the real you.
I'll tell you what I found out when I met people. They were like, I would say to them, well, there's, and we found this out too. So when I created Mr. Badley TV, there were no Mr. Badley Instagram accounts. Mm-hmm. There were none. Because I looked it up, nothing showed up. I didn't have to compete with the name. I just put Mr. Badley TV. Now there's 30. And there's 30, underscore Mr. Badley. No Mr. Badley TVs yet, because you can't do the direct one, but no underscore TV. Oh, then you have the original Mr. Badley. And I'm like, how are you the original? It's fine, whatever. Maybe it was. I don't know. I didn't know there was a Mr. Badley before. So, and the original with 3 followers, but I'll go with that. So
stop hitting the table.
I know because you can hear it.
I can hear it. Yeah.
So it's really, but going backwards. So I met another person. I go, yeah, well, I have Stanley Roberts on Twitter. You can find my name. It's easy. And if you don't, make sure you have the right me. I have a check mark. Mm-hmm. And you used to laugh at me because you're like, why are you telling it? Because in one day.
Yeah. So that, like, if people go to look you up, they're like, oh, this is the one with the check mark. That's him.
That's him.
Yeah.
And that made sense. So, but then now if you go to Twitter, Satan is verified.
Oh my gosh. This again. I had to hear all of this on Friday, guys.
No, come on. Really? The real Satan has come up and just got a Twitter account and he's verified with his phone number? Or Michael Jackson right now, his thing says his account was verified by his phone number.
I agree with you, Susan.
What?
Check mark is lame, she said.
Well, and now it went from check mark to like, I'm better than you. And again, I go back to the Sneetches to now became checkmark shaming. So in the Sneetches, the ones with the stars who got the stars that they paid the $8 for, Now they have stars, and then the other ones who were stars had their stars taken away. This is exactly the Sneetches in real life, and no one's catch up on it but me.
No, you're catching everybody else up on it now.
No, but no one thought about that. It became a status symbol that look at me, I'm verified. Now he's re-verified everybody if you have more than 1 million followers.
Okay.
So I looked at people who don't.
And if you make sure that that's your phone number, like Michael Jackson,
Kobe
Bryant,
Bryant, Michael Jackson,
they like verify their phone numbers.
But no disrespect to the king of pop, but how do you verify his Michael Jackson's phone number? Did he have like a dead?
I don't know.
Did he have a phone line?
Weird. So they gave him his check mark back, but it's because he verified. It said on there because he verified his account and verified his phone number,
John?
right?
Yeah. So how do you verify someone who's been dead for years?
I don't know. But they did the same thing with Kobe, right?
Right. Kobe Bryant. They said that he was verified through his phone number, or what was the other one they said? They verified him through his phone number, or wait, I'll tell you how they verified it. Hold on.
What's up, John? I know he just said what's up to you. Yeah, see, Jeanette, someone did a Kobe Bryant verified account, but he died 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Was that verified account though? Like, was that? I don't know because I'm not on Twitter like that, but was that account the same account that he had when he was alive?
I'm sure it was the same account.
Know.
But what I'm saying is the wording. And so if you want to find out what it says, go to any account and push the blue check mark. And it says, when you click it, it says, this account is verified because they subscribed to Twitter Blue and verified their phone number. I highly doubt Michael Jackson came up and go, it's my number. Call me. And then went back and took a nap.
Oh my gosh, that imitation you made was horrible.
Think about it. I mean, it's gotten so bizarre that it's like, but it's brilliant because even we're talking about it.
Well, we're talking about it because you are obsessed with this topic.
I'm obsessed because
I could do without blue check marks.
It's the idiocracy of the whole thing.
I mean, it is pretty.
Some people were legit crying because they lost their check mark. Legit crying. Stars. They were like on social media crying.
I think Steve Martin had posted something about like, I don't know what's happening, guys, but I don't have a blue check mark or something. I think he was like legit concerned. Steve Martin.
People are concerned because, but to their benefit, I will say this: it happened to me, and it can happen to anybody else. Someone created a Stanley Roberts account that looked exactly like my account.
Oh yeah, and they scammed someone.
Except they used, instead of the L for LEY, they used the I.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What?
Even the Pope lost his check mark.
The Pope lost his check mark.
That's right.
You know, and you can pray it all you want to, but you was in the hands of the Twitter people who it's no longer called Twitter Corp anymore.
Oh yeah, no,
it's
called
X Corp now.
Yeah.
X Corp.
Oh my gosh, did someone just put a bad joke in the chat?
Yeah, that Beethoven didn't hear about it because he's deaf.
I don't know who.
He's deaf in one ear and can't hear the other. Wait.
I don't
okay,
know
wait.
Worse. I don't know who's worse, this one or you guys.
Think about where that came from. If we're mentioning Beethoven, think about where it came from. I don't care what his name is. Think about who that came from. If we're talking about Beethoven.
Beethoven.
Okay, whatever.
You're saying Beethoven.
I don't care.
But I can hear it.
I can hear it. Think about it. Where do you think that came from? Of all the people that's on our chat right now.
Oh, of course it was Gabriel.
Thank you.
Wait, no, hold on. Gabriel says Beethoven will be next. John said Beethoven hasn't heard about Twitter, Gabe. Gabriel says,
I still say
John, you missed the punchline. And then John said, hasn't heard about it because he's deaf. Ha ha ha. Gabriel said, in other words, I missed the punchline. Oh gosh.
Lord.
You guys are so funny. Oh my gosh, Robert called it look at what Robert.
What do you call it? I can't see it. What are you saying?
He called it titter.
Oh. So
he said, I heard Elon took the W out of Twitter on the sign on the building.
I heard that too.
Oh gosh,
I didn't see it yet.
My friend lives across from the Twitter. She lives near the Twitter building. Let me have her. I should ask if she can look at it.
Take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll ask her.
Yeah. If he did, that's crazy. I mean, I think it could have been Photoshopped. That's a lot of work just to take the W out and move everything together. I'm just saying,
though. I don't know.
Okay. So now that we've talked about Twitter, and the blue check
Now
mark.
that you've gotten that out of your system.
No, I'm not out because it's going to be for a few days. This is going to be going on.
You guys, this is what I have to hear about.
So the next thing is a lot of misinformation is now being reposted on Twitter. Imagine that, right?
Misinformation is always posted on
No,
Twitter.
this one's okay. So it started off with a situation in Fairfield, California. Someone sent me a post, goes, "Oh, look what they did to the Walmart in Fairfield." And I'm like, funny. That looks just like the Walmart in Philadelphia. Imagine the exact same shot in two different cities being looted at the same time. So the guy responded back, "Whoa, what?" And of course, I get a lot of people who are against the Democrats, and I get a lot of people who are against the Republicans, and they go back and forth with each other. And I'm sitting there going, "What the hell is going on?"
You posted one thing, and then like everybody like jumps in to the comments.
If I posted a glass of water, there would be half would say, "Well, it wouldn't be a half a glass of water if the Dems didn't drink the other half." And the other half, it wouldn't be a glass of water if the Republicans left the other half there. So it's always somebody that's going to argue about something. But the point I was trying to make was that they sent me in. When I responded that, "Oh, that's the same picture from Philadelphia." Imagine that. They go, well, the Dems, look at Chicago. Look what's going on in Chicago right now. And there's video posted right now that shows Chicago being looted, the Walmart. The only problem with that is the video is from 2020.
Mm-hmm.
No Walmarts were looted. There's even the one in Buffalo that is being used as today to say, look, they're looting right now. And since we don't live in Chicago, I do know that they looted the Nike store. And I know that a bunch of kids went on a rampage.
Yeah, in Chicago,
yeah,
right?
That was a little different.
What was the reason for that?
It was a warm, sunny day, to be honest. There was no actual reason. It was a warm, sunny day, and they decided to get out and enjoy the heat. And instead of enjoying the heat, they decided to loot a bunch of stores and trash cars. That's all I could find after searching for it. And then what I read about it was that some people were saying, well, they're venting their frustration because they don't have places to go, and like they don't have swimming pools but that's not the issue. The issue is that the media, the social media, we're telling people, and this goes back to 2020, where even BLM posted that they wanted, that they have the right to loot stores because they need their reparations, and that's how they feed their families. And I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that because, I have insurance for my equipment. Does that mean that you should rob me and take my equipment because that means like my insurance is going to pay for it? No, it does not mean that. Does it? And like one guy posted a video of motorcycles that went across the Bay Bridge and they went across the Golden Gate Bridge and were doing wheelies. They go, I think it's pretty cool that they can do this. My question is to anyone in this room and listening to this chat, would you like the same thing to happen in front of your house? Would you like people doing wheelies and donuts in front of your house? Would you like people come in your house and steal everything at your house and say, hey, you're insured, you're covered? Would you like that? If the answer is yes, then you know what? Then enjoy yourself. But the answer should be no. So the answer should be no. And it would always be no for me. You and I, even though, we played a practical joke about a case of water, we felt bad about it. I can't imagine my kids out there looting. If I even found out my child was out there looting, I would be in court because they would be charging me with some kind of crime because I would be on her like a sack of bricks. You'd not be happening. I raised my kids better than that. My kids are not going to be in that. I don't care how much you don't like the police. You don't have the right to rob, steal, and tear stuff up. And they make jokes. Well, no one's buying work shoes. It's not even a point of
nobody's buying what?
Nobody's stealing the work shoes. They're just stealing sneakers and shirts. And the girl came out of the Chicago Nike. I got me some stuff. And that takes me back to the Oakland riots way back when.
Oh, yeah.
They stole the tires and they come back to the guy they stole tires from and says, hey, someone gave me these tires. Can you tell me what kind of car it goes to? Or someone gave me these rims. Can you tell me what kind of car it goes to? And when he told me that, I was like, do people really do that? Yes, they do.
I can't believe it. It's like, I almost feel like, too, it's like, don't you have a conscience?
Yeah. So Elias got only 5 viewers. No, we have a lot more. You're looking at it from your area. We're looking at it different. There's people on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. So you think there's 5 people, but I'm looking at a bigger number than that.
Yeah, because it's combined.
It's combined different numbers. I know you see 5 on Twitter, on Facebook, but we have a whole lot more on different platforms, all at the same time. talking. Everybody want to say hi to Elias? You're welcome to. He's on Facebook, and he thinks there's just 5 of us here. But it doesn't matter. If it was one person here, we would still have this conversation like there were 5,000. We're not doing it for the people. We're doing it because we enjoy it, and we like talking to people. Right?
Right.
And so no shaming people because you think there's a small group here. It's a huge group, and we've been doing this for a few years, and these groups come back every single time at the same time to talk to us. So appreciate you joining us. Hello, Chuck. Welcome.
What's
on
up,
YouTube.
Chuck? I'm still wondering why Betty Veronica's stuff doesn't pop up.
I think
in
it's
the
something in
chat.
her settings. We need to go to Betty Veronica's house and do our next podcast, and then we can fix.
Betty Veronica, let us in.
Let us in. It's just us. Let's come into your house and eat your food.
Why are you saying it like that?
Because that's stalkerish. We show up at Betty's house.
Betty, let us in.
Oh no! Wait, Betty Roberts, let us in.
Oh, right.
Remember back in the day, Betty Roberts.
Yeah, when you call her Betty Roberts.
And Greg wrote, depending on my mood, I'll watch on YouTube or on the Facebook.
Oh, I didn't get that
And he wrote
yet.
on Facebook.
Oh, there you go.
But remember, it used to be called the Facebook.
It did.
Remember, like MySpace.
It used to be called the Facebook when I think Facebook was only open to college students.
Hey Chuck, where are you from? Welcome. And Elias, where are you from? And welcome. And all our 5 viewers that Elias thinks we have, welcome.
Please stop.
You know me.
I know you. That's why I'm like, stop.
Yeah, just change your username to Betty Roberts, and maybe
it'll show up.
That's a good one.
Chuck's in SoCal.
All right, nice.
What's up?
We used to live in SoCal. We used to live in SoCal.
I'm laughing because you said SoCal.
Well, it is. If you go there.
We used to live in SoCal, yes. We
Yeah.
used to live in Encino.
Yeah, you worked for CBS Studios.
I worked for CBS on 4024 Radford. Is it Avenue?
Yeah, Radford Street.
I think it's
Street.
Avenue.
Street. So think
Let me
about
see.
this. Think about this. Where else did I work that was similar to where you worked at in LA?
You worked at CBS also.
That's right. We worked at
We worked at CBS, but we worked there at different times.
different times.
You also worked for KTLA,
Yes.
Fox,
Fox 11, and ABC 7.
You didn't work for NBC?
I did, but back then they had some really, really crappy gear.
Mm-hmm.
There's these cameras, P2s, they were back then, I think. And we always carried a backup deck because one would always fail.
It was like guaranteed?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
lame. Jeanette says, you two are giving me a pleasant distraction from all the health stuff I'm dealing with. Thank you. Oh, well, we're glad. And, Jeanette, you're still in our prayers. We're really hoping that everything really works itself out.
Everything, you know what? You will be okay. Trust me on this one. You're good people. You will be okay. I use a browser extension called Privacy Badger when block tracking cookies. It also sends a GPC global privacy control, which tells sites not to sell your data and info. Okay, that's good. Well, we will never sell your data or your info.
Robert said, wait, Stanley worked at a CVS store before? No, CBS, the television network.
That's like
B as in boy, S. Because when I used to work at CVS, also, I used to tell people, and they'd be like, oh, you work at CVS Pharmacy? And I'm like, no, I work at CBS Studios.
Yeah, I remember when I went back to New Jersey a long time ago. This was before I met you. And I went back and I went there and I said, I went to a CVS Pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, can I get the employee discount? And they go, do you work for CVS? And I go, why, yes, I do. And they go, can I see your ID? And I showed them my badge from CBS.
Did they laugh?
Yeah, she laughed.
They're good.
Yeah, she laughed. It was funny. It was funny.
Babe, you know what? You are like, even though I didn't know you back then, like, you are still the same.
I haven't changed.
I can totally predict.
I really thought I was going to get class clown for high school, but some guy clowned me out of it.
Oh, I could still totally see you. That's close, clown. You can't talk as fast as I can.
Hello, Robert. I don't think we said hello to Robert before, did we?
No, he said he was the one that said.
I know,
that
but I
you used
didn't
to
say
work
hello
at
to him.
CVS.
Yeah.
What's up, Robert? He said, my bad.
Yeah, it was CBS, Columbia Broadcasting Studios.
Yes.
And I also worked for, okay, just so you know a little bit about me that you don't know. And I had a big argument on Twitter today because some guy was telling me that I need to put all my details in my bio, which the bio only gives you 150 characters. So then you have to add a link to it so they can read that, so they can know about me, as opposed to them trying to read each individual tweet. And I'm like, the reason why we have Twitter is so you can read each individual tweet.
Really? I thought the reason there was Twitter so we can have verification marks.
No, yeah, well, that's a whole different story. So he's under the impression that I was supposed, and then he tried to shame me for saying that I'm not blaming anybody because he didn't catch that I wrote about this before.
Mhm.
I write about stuff all the time. And I found, though, with Twitter, is that let me think of something real quick. Let's say I wrote, oh, Diane just won the Nobel Peace Prize for her work. And I would assume that by posting that the entire world saw what you wrote, when only 9% of the population probably saw it. In the Bay Area, 9% that actually is on Twitter. I put it that way. And I would go back the next day and go, yeah, update. So they just sent her a check. And I'm thinking that, I'm already in my mind thinking that everybody goes, oh, congratulations on your Nobel Peace Prize, right? People go, send her a check for what? What they send her a check for?
Oh my gosh.
And so they want me to go backwards and tell them so I have to start all over again and explain to them that she won the Nobel Peace Prize for her work on her work on physicism or whatever, as a physicist. And then I have to go back and explain it again. Now I'm thinking, okay, I explained it again, and I mentioned that she got the check for $300,000 for the Nobel Peace Prize. So the next day I go, oh yeah, we're going to go on a vacation from the check we got from Diane. Oh wait, another person. Wait, what? What happened? Can you tell me what happened?
Oh my gosh, guys, look at what you started.
That's why I wrote on Twitter that I am not your personal information. Google is your friend. Scroll down. Look.
You know what you should do?
What?
You should take a break from Twitter.
You're not my boss. You're not my supervisor.
You should take a break. You want to know why?
You know what? You should be on Instagram more. You want to know why? Anyway, where are I?
You should take a break from Twitter.
I can still hear you. I was in CBS Studio Center during the acting days of the 60s and 70s. Nice.
Wait, during your acting days in the 60s and 70s?
Yeah, she was in soap operas.
That's really?
Yeah.
Which one?
Young and the Restless.
Okay, are you making this up?
Yes.
Okay, Jeanette, please tell us in the chat what you acted in, because I can't believe anything he says. Gabriel says the last time you tried to take a break from Twitter, China had other plans.
Yes. What was that?
What? I don't understand.
Yeah, what happened, Gabriel? Because I literally tried to take a break from Twitter, and the whole world. I said to myself, I said to everybody, I was going to take a break from Twitter, but then China had a giant meltdown of some sort.
Was that in February?
I don't know what time. Wait till Gabriel, our resident.
Oh, the spy balloons.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, spy balloons flying all
That
over.
was in February. Then we were trying to take breaks
in
from
Hawaii.
social media. So he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to take a break," and like, I feel like not even a day passed by, and you were already back.
No,
on
I
it,
wrote.
and I was like, why?
I said I was going to take a break from Twitter, but this deserves mentioning. That the spy balloon that's floating over the U.S., taking pictures of everything, and I was going to vogue for it, but I couldn't find it.
Okay, that's how you vogue?
Yeah. Come on, let's vogue. Everybody move to the groove.
We're going to teach you how to vogue.
Oh, so you're an expert voguer?
I mean,
Let me see you vogue.
I'm not going to do it on camera.
Come on, do it.
I'll show you later.
This is not voguing if you can't do it on camera.
I'll teach you later.
All right. So she's going to teach me how to vogue. Are you going to teach me how to Dougie?
I think you've got that taken care of.
All right. So before we go, also, you should also know that Diane has been on a new mission lately.
On a funky expedition.
Making up some gummies.
Oh, yeah. I talked about this last week.
I know, but you made some new ones.
I made some gut gummies. So last week, I made gut gummies.
Butt gummies?
Okay, not last week. The week before last, I made gut gummies using orange. So I told you last time two ingredients. I used orange juice and I used gelatin. So it's just 2 ingredients. You could add more stuff to it, but I only choose to do 2. I like simple. This time around, I use his favorite juice, Concord.
Except it was.
Wait, hold on. I didn't finish. Concord.
Except it was.
Grape juice. Except it was expired. You guys, we Oh, actually, we got this juice from the same Trader Joe's. You did the prank of the water. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like it was off by what? The Best Buy date. It was off
wait.
by a month.
Oh my God, we're in the presence of a star.
What?
Jeanette, she was background talent on several episodes of Family Affair and My Three Sons, and a bit of local TV commercials,
AKA
the token ethnic child that Central Casting sent over.
Wow. That's awesome. Wait, Jeanette, can you share some clips? Do you still have some clips?
Yeah, find us some clips.
We would love to see some clips.
We'll share them on our podcast. I remember
that would be cool.
I did a commercial in Salinas for, you ready for this?
For Toys R Us?
No.
Okay.
No, I did a commercial for a TV station I worked for in Salinas, and it was for what's that rib place? Tony Roma's. Tony Roma's.
Okay.
And it was so. No one's ever found it. It's there somewhere, buried in the archives, I'm sure. But it was a skinny me, and I had on a pair of like gazelle glasses, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not addicted. I can quit anytime." Right? And that was the setup. Like, I'm not addicted.
Still have the tape?
I just said I don't know where it is. I literally just said,
"Oh,
I don't know where it is."
I don't know. I was just so intrigued by your beauty that I
literally
didn't
said,
even hear you.
I don't have the tape. Anyway, so the opening was, I'm not addicted. I can quit until I want to. Right? And this is, when I go back and think about it right now, that commercial would never be able to play now. Because then with Tony Roma's, we place for ribs. Right? And there was another person said they're not addicted as well. But here I am, black guy, eating, talking about I'm not addicted, I can quit if I want to. And the next scene is me eating ribs and ribs.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm thinking, wow, that would be considered so racist now. If you think about it.
This was back in the 80s?
This was late 80s.
Okay.
Before I went to LA in the 90s.
I gotta see these commercials of you.
Yeah.
Where's that comedy tape? Where was that stand-up comedy tape? Do you still have it?
No, I destroyed it.
No.
Nope.
He looked like Eddie Murphy in this stand-up comedy tape, guys.
I used to do, well, I still do every now and then. I played at the Punchline.
You played?
Yeah, I performed.
Yeah.
I've done Monterey.
He put me on blast during his stand-up comedy bit by you guys. By the way,
my problem with stand-up comedy, which I admit to, is that I had to look for ways to do it so I didn't have stage fright. And it wasn't really stage fright where I was afraid to be on stage. It would be I would get up on stage in front of people staring at you, and my brain would go blank. So I learned some tricks from other comedians, where you basically put the notes on the table where your drink is. So when you want to find out your next subject, and I just write the subject. I don't write the whole joke. So I've just put the cards there with lay them out on the stool with a drink of water or a drink of cognac or whatever I'm drinking at the time. And you'll see me walk over to take a sip. And I'm actually reading the next thing that I can remember to do a joke on or the next two. So then I can go out and continue the joke until I start to realize that I'm getting into my rhythm and I can come up with stuff that's funny.
Is the tentacles joke going to be on your next stand-up? In your next stand-up special?
I love that joke, but no, that's a dad joke.
But all your jokes are dad jokes. Not your stand-up comedy, though.
Not stand-up comedy, they're actually kind of raunchy. And if you look at my YouTube channel, you can see one of them. It's not. I don't like picking on people in the audience. I think that's kind of like the lowest form of comedy when you have nothing else to do.
You picked on me when I give you your water.
But that's different.
Oh, it's because it's me.
It's you.
It's because you always prank me.
Yeah, I always prank you.
It's because I'm an easy target, guys.
Easy target.
Are we missing stuff in the chat?
I don't know. Did I get free ribs? Yes, we had free ribs when we did a commercial, and we had to do
the commercial with.
No, it was an in-house commercial at KCBS.
Oh, okay.
KCBA, and I worked there, and they did the in-house commercial, and I did it, and it was fun, and it aired in Salinas, Monterey, Santa Cruz for the early '90s. It aired for Tony Roma's rib commercial.
Did you get
I didn't get nothing.
You didn't get paid for
I got $9 an hour to do my regular job. I didn't get no pay. I get no royalties. I didn't get no free ribs for life.
What if it's still airing?
It's not. Tony Roma's even just down there anymore.
Oh, okay.
I told you if it's still there right now, people are like, oh, that's racist. Everything now is racist.
I mean, people are. I was going to say a little bit more on the sensitive side.
Yeah.
But you have to look at things historically, though, to see why someone could be sensitive by someone saying something. Okay. So, everyone has their own thing, but You just never know. It's like to each their own. Something that I could find super hilarious might be so hurtful for the the person next to me, and you just never know because you don't know what people's stories are. So,
Okay. Last subject.
okay,
Final last subject, and we talked about this before the other day.
okay. And then I want to look at the chat because I feel like
Well, the chat
are we
kind of
missing
stopped
out?
at Jeanette.
Oh, did it stop?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, wait, hold on.
She said, "Mama had."
Betty Veronica says, "Do you have Diane? Do you?" Let me change. I think it. I was gonna read this. They kind of changed the subject, but do you have any cold brew concentrate or other low acidity coffee recommendations? You know what? I don't have. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I might have some brands that I could let you know about, but I'm not 100% sure, so I won't speak on that right now. Oh, but it looks like William Lynn recommended something, so but if I think of anything, I'll let you know. I was just reading the chat. Do you want me to read these all out loud, or did you want to say your spiel and then we go to the chat?
No, my spiel is very simple.
Okay, go.
So, and we talked about this the other day. The commercials on TV now. Everybody has an initial for something. OBCDD, EFBMK. And the new thing now is that if your kid had a traumatic experience, then they have something for that too now.
Oh, it's called toxic stress.
Toxic stress.
Is it toxic stress?
So when I was a kid, it was just called living life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, things happen. I don't think I ever had toxic stress when I was, 10 years old.
Well,
that I know of.
It was probably considered that without having a name for it. Like, because when you're young, okay, so you lived in a household where you had a lot going on.
I lived in a very abusive household.
Right. You had a lot.
There was a lot of alcohol involved.
You had a lot.
A lot of police were involved. Okay. A lot of things that shouldn't have happened were involved.
Yeah.
But look at me. That's nothing. I'm completely normal.
So what you had probably was toxic stress back then, but there was just no label for it.
It was called "Suck It Up," son.
No, it was called. That was what you were told to do, but that's what you shouldn't have had to do.
Okay,
right.
I mean, I'm not arguing anything. I'm just saying that. I mean, there's so many new. I mean, we live in a society of pill popping. You don't see these commercials in other countries, but here they're literally playing.
There's a pill for everything.
There's a pill for everything. Did your ear fall off?
You have high blood pressure?
There's a pill for that. But I love the fact that the pills say, "Are you about to die? Well, we have a pill for you to prevent death."
But the side
effects
might be death.
You might be death. Yeah. Side effects could include death, lack of breathing,
and more death.
No pulse, heart stoppage,
and death.
But if you're allergic
why are we laughing at this?
But if you're allergic to this, you shouldn't take it.
It's pretty ridiculous, though.
It's
like, you have insomnia. This pill could help insomnia, but one of the side effects
is that you can't sleep.
It's insomnia. I'm like, how do you have a side effect that's the same thing for what you're treating? Like all of these pills.
I wish they had a pill for stupidity. They have not come up with a pill for stupidity yet.
Because the side effect might be
more stupidity.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways.
All right, go through the chat.
Okay, let's see. So Jeanette says, when you have very fair skin and curly hair in 1968, the casting folks consider you as passing for white or Latina. I still see the reruns from time to time. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. That's true. Now, though, when you watch TV, it's a lot of different mixed couples. Gay couples. It's like they're trying their hardest to be like inclusive of everyone. And just so you know, I've signed up a long time ago for a casting, which they're looking for people to cast for different things in the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
But what I found when I'm reading them, and I signed up just to see what they offer, and I've had it for almost a year, and only one thing came up that came close to my criteria. But before, you used to go into a casting studio and they would look at you and talk to you. But now they want you to send like 20 shots of you doing 20 different things. I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Well, you made time if you wanted.
No, I mean for $30 an hour for a shoot. Yeah, it cost me that much money just to make the photos. But and the age you're looking for is usually between 18 and 50, which is like a huge difference in ages.
That's like a really big gap.
It's a big gap. But I'm reading these, and I'm like, okay, I don't apply, I don't apply, I don't qualify, I don't apply. No. And I want, and these be the days where they would come looking for you and like, hey, I like the way you look. I want to try you out for this XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like everybody wants to be famous now is on social media. So
and they find you on social media.
And they find you on social media. But then you're competing against a billion other people on social media.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's easier to find people now.
It is easier. And it's weird because some of the stuff that goes viral, it's like, wait, that's viral? And like we did one
where, because this happens where, like I said, most of our reels are like reenactments of things that actually happen. So there was one where I get up first and Stanley's still asleep, and then he wakes up and realizes I'm not there, and he calls me back, and I get in the bed, and then he gets out, and I'm like, where are you going? And he's like, because we have this rule, the last one who gets out of the bed is the one who makes the bed. So he will call me in to have me lay down, and he'll get up, and I'm considered the last one in the bed. So he was like, we should make this a reel. So he did. And he thought, oh yeah, this is going to be like, what, funny? And like, what? It got no traction.
It got no traction.
Yeah. It got no traction really, but.
We literally shot it film style. We had the shot block. We shot it. We did this. We did that. We prepared for it. Even when we did the one with your slippers, we shot like.
Oh, that one was cool.
That was a lot of shots.
That one got a lot of views though.
Yeah, but then they got taken down because of the music.
No, it's still up.
It's still up, okay. Because some of the ones we do, we'll get offered the music from Instagram. Use this music.
And then we're in violation.
And then we're in violation because they offered up the music. Like,
yeah.
We can use this. Oh, you can't use it. We're just kidding. Also, you know what didn't show up today? David F-Bomb.
Oh, yeah. Well, shout out to David F-Bomb.
I wanted to show him our new setup, but since he's not here, we can't show it to him.
Well,
but maybe next time.
Maybe we'll show him next week or something.
But David F-Bomb, if you're watching, we have the new gear. It's set up. And lift that up. Can you lift that up?
What?
The mixer.
Oh, this?
So there is the mixer that we have now. And we have headphones. And we have new mics. And somebody said we should reenact the fighting at the Toyota dealer, which is...
Oh, no. Oh, David F-Bomb is there.
Oh, there he is.
Setup looks great. Thanks.
Thank you. So the irony of the Toyota story and the fight that was there on Instagram that I posted, that now on Facebook is over 9 million views.
Mm-hmm.
9 million views. Now, I didn't shoot the video, so it's not mine.
Yeah.
I don't want to make money off of it.
I can't believe someone said we should reenact that.
But point I'm trying to make is that people say every day, we want to see happy videos. We want to see cats and chickens and goats playing in a meadow. But then we post a video of people fighting at a Toyota dealership. And 1 week it's gotten close to 10 million views.
Crazy. Crazy.
And then you cannot monetize fights. So they will, if it's anything violent, they won't let you monetize it. I wouldn't go into it anyway. I just thought it was interesting because it was in Milpitas.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea that by posting it, it would get, and to be fair, I only post on Instagram. But since Instagram now has a new setup where everything is going to Facebook.
Yeah, you can connect the two.
It connects. They connected it for me.
Mm-hmm.
They said, hey, we want to start putting your stuff on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know that whenever I put stuff on Facebook, they typically take down any music. So I think they fixed that. So I posted that, and I had music to it because it was just, to me, it was I used the Rocky soundtrack. I thought that was perfect for it.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that 10 million people or whatever the number is right now, I have to look and tell you what the number is. But the last time I checked, it was 8.4 million.
Oh, a bunch of people do actually like the video.
Well, they never made a comment. And
the video of us, the bed video.
Yeah, we don't know you like it because no one engagement, just for the record, explain engagement while I find this.
Engagement is important. So the only way, I mean, we appreciate anybody like watching our stuff, especially when you join us here on the podcast. If you like a video that we've done, or, you appreciate watching us, engagement is really important because that's the only way that we know that you're watching, that you're liking, that you're enjoying. So yeah, like let us know, like if you watch one of our reels and you think it's great, comment and like it and tell us. And then that makes us. Wait, what is that? Are you watching us?
I'm watching us on
Oh, I was gonna say, well, then that makes us. So then we know it just basically is an acknowledgement thing for us.
Yeah. Hold on.
I was like, why am I hearing myself?
You should just post the article from the original article instead of the hassle of stupid news break. I don't have the original article. I was reading the comments. Sorry, I got caught up in that for a second. So I'm trying to find the footage with the 10 million views.
Who are you talking? What are you talking about?
I'm talking to you, but I was reading a comment by accident. It was something different.
Oh.
People don't like the fact that I posted a story about the thing that was linked to Newsbreak.
What's up, AJ Bell? He says, I am now engaging.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah.
See, the only way we can get things to go
That's
viral
true.
is by engagement. If you don't share it and tell people you like it, then the algorithm says, oh, nobody gives a crap.
Well, and that's the hard part about social media is there's an algorithm and you're dependent on that, you know?
Yeah. I don't know how to do this.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to find, there's a dashboard that shows me all the videos. And see, like right now it says that we have 3.2 million engagement.
For what?
For my professional dashboard.
Oh, that's all him.
Yeah.
Hold
on, I'm trying to find it. Bear with me. Keep talking. I'm almost there.
Let's see. Harold says, noted, will do. Whenever I hear my own voice, I never think it sounds like me. Oh my gosh. Harold, have you seen those reels? It's usually women where like they're on the phone or whatever and they think they sound really cute and they're like, hi, how are you? And then they play, or like they leave a voicemail and they think they sound really cute and then they play it back and their voice sounds like, hey, like it's all nasally and stuff. I think that that's me. I honestly will go back and listen to my voice and be like, oh, why do I sound like that? So I'm in the same boat. Robert says, you never know what's going to blow up and go viral on the internet. That's true. And I think for Stanley, when he does his pieces, like calm misbehaving pieces, there was stuff like he would just put together and not think that like too much of it. And those would be the ones that would end up going viral, right?
It's weird. The ones that are the lowest, the ones that I think the most that won't have any input go viral. And I wake up in the morning, it's like, oh, there's a trillion people watching it. Most of them worked at Cron. Now we just left beta. We were at 420. Mm-hmm. And I was going to post a bunch of footage of it on YouTube, except for there was one small problem. It all had music, which means that it would be taken down or either someone would file a copyright for music. And rather than do all that, I just posted snippets on social media. Because when you have music of that sort, and because it's 420, YouTube would deem it as drugs and would still sequester it in some sort of way. So just give me 1 second. I'm trying to find it. I'm not very good at this. I really am not.
David F. Baum says, I'm still laughing very, very too hard about Stanley trying to get out of making the bed. Every day, man. Every day he's always pulling something. Like, it's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to get out of making the bed. I'm going to get out of making breakfast.
Really? Okay. I used to cook every day.
I'm just kidding. Oh, I know. And he holds that too. He's like, I used to cook every day when we lived in Phoenix because he had a more flexible schedule. So he would do most of the cooking. So now he's making me do all of the cooking to make up for the 3 years.
Yeah. So it's funny how I have a couple of videos that are doing viral on here right now. But it won't give me the one I want because that's the one I want. And it was it's also say congratulations. I've grown to 161,000 fans. Luckily, 5 of them from Twitter, from Facebook.
On Facebook?
Yeah. And Gilroy Police just started following me. Thank you. I just followed them back.
Nice.
Still trying to find it.
You know, we've been on for an hour and a half.
I know. Sorry. We enjoy it.
We used to do this podcast for an hour.
Yeah. And now we're getting longer and longer. I can't find it. So anyway, it was last time I checked, it was 9 million. The fight in Toyota. Oh,
Robert says we miss you guys here in Phoenix.
We miss you guys too.
Yeah, we do miss Phoenix. I know that you guys had some hot weather a week ago or about a week and a half ago.
About a week ago.
That's one thing that we don't miss. But it was really foggy here all day today. And I'm like, man, I could just use a little sunshine. A little 70s won't hurt anybody.
Why is it when I'm looking for a video, I can't find it?
No, David, we're not going to talk about that next.
What?
He says they're going to talk about farting next. No.
No,
We're not talking about farting. Let's talk about belching.
no
I'm just
belching. We have these
kidding.
new mics now.
I'm just kidding.
Can you imagine if we started belching through this one?
No, Betty Veronica, I still don't see you on the side, but I'm reading your what you're typing on YouTube. So I still don't see you for some reason. Oh yes, Jeanette, Carl the Fog stopped by today and yesterday.
Yeah. Carl the Fog has been there. Anyway,
I hope he decides he wants to leave soon because I am ready for some sunshine. It's spring.
did you ever buy Stanley a new Jaguar? I remember you crashed his other one.
Oh no! Why are we remembering this? Yes, that was 2020, and I didn't purposely crash it. A guy ran a stop sign, and this was on my way to work. So, Robert, the fact that you're bringing that up really hurts my feelings. No.
You know the part about that?
No,
that
I
really,
did not buy him a new
the
Jaguar.
part that got me with that one was like, I literally said, I think I put it in the air.
He said, "Don't
I
crash the
said,
car."
yes. I said, you can drive it, whatever you do, just don't crash it. And then the phone rings, and she's like, I crashed the car.
And I'll be like Gabriel. That happened January 8th, 2020. I remember the date because that was actually pretty traumatizing for me because I was on my way to work. And it's just like a thing that I do every day. I drive to work every day. It was a regular routine. And then it just changed. And so I was like I had an anxiety driving to work like after that. And then we started working from home the next 2 months after that, we started working from home. And then I was at home for 16 months. So then I didn't have to drive to work at all. So that was actually really a blessing in disguise. But anyways.
Anyway, I tried to find it. It's somewhere, the numbers. If anybody can see it, let me know because I don't know anymore what the numbers are. But it was in the millions for a video that it's funny how everybody says they want happy stuff, but then 10 million views for people fighting at a Toyota dealership.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make sense.
It never makes sense. Nothing in this world makes sense.
Only
50 tonight. I got other dollars aimed in other things tonight. They are things that need dollars now. Oh, we're not expecting money from you, David, but if you gave it to us, we'll thank you as well.
Yeah. No, you're totally fine.
Yeah.
We honestly appreciate anything. I mean, don't feel obligated, but your generosity is always greatly appreciated.
Yeah, we do. And we understand completely. We're not expecting anything, and we're not going to look at you differently if you don't give us something.
Yeah.
We just want to say thank you that you did give us something, and that is important. And that's the part, is that you care enough to give us, and thank you for the $50.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
And as you can see, the headphones, the microphones, the mixer. Thank you.
Yeah, we definitely invested in it, so we appreciate.
So we're happy. We sound better. Yeah, I can hear.
Well, we started the podcast not sounding like anything.
Well, remember we started the podcast. Well, I'm talking about in the beginning. We used a phone.
Oh yeah, you guys go back to watching our old videos where like our phone was like this, and like you pretty much could look up my nose.
Yep.
Look. Oh, sorry. I just realized I did this, and like you could hear that. I just banged it.
But this is unique, and it has a spit thing to it too. That's called a spit guard.
It's a blocker. Yeah.
It's a spit. So if you go, it doesn't like spit on the mic, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
David says, I give you to support willingly.
Thank you, and we appreciate it.
We appreciate that. Oh, look, so Stefan Wanner. Greetings from Switzerland. Monday just started here, 5:30 a.m.
Hello, Switzerland.
Wow.
Hey, where's
Switzerland?
Where's
Chris?
Chris, did he pop on?
He did not. We miss you, Chris. If you're there, but if you're not,
Chris from Hong Kong and Stefan from Switzerland.
We'll see you another time. But welcome, Stefan. We appreciate you being here.
Yes, we do. We're international.
We are.
Yes. We're not just 5 people.
Chris was on the very beginning.
I thought I saw him.
I didn't see him. I missed him. But anyway, sorry, Chris, that I missed you. Hello, and hope you're having a good week.
We're trying to. We hadn't started yet. We're not like in Hong Kong where it's Monday.
Yeah. Well, Stefan, have a good morning. I hope you're having a nutritious breakfast and you're drinking anything nice and warm, because all I know is that I'm ready to go to sleep. It's 8:30 here at night on Sunday. So I'm like ready to like start winding down and everything.
We are ready, and we appreciate all you guys. Again, I say it every single time. This time I'll say it clearly and concisely because we have these new mics, and you can be anywhere. And like Jeanette said, that it takes away from her monotony of the things she's doing with her being medical issues.
And Betty, she lost her cat.
She lost her
so
cat.
We're glad that we can.
So we can make you laugh. We hope.
Yeah.
And we hope
distract you a little.
The 10 tentacles. 10 tickles.
Oh my gosh, you guys, if you weren't on for that bad joke earlier, just hit rewind after this is done. I don't even know. I should have taken the time frame for that. Wouldn't that be funny if the time frame for that bad joke was like 10 something?
It could be 10 somewhere.
Oh gosh.
Right, because Chicago was probably 10 o'clock.
What?
I mean, Ohio.
Oh no, it's 11 there now.
But it was 10 at one point.
Well, it's always
10
10
tickles.
somewhere. Gabriel says he woke up before 7 this morning and now it's 11:32. Oh, get some good sleep then.
Right.
Yes, Chuck, have a good night and a blessed week as well. Terrence, have a great week. Thank you, Betty. She says you guys are a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it's 9:33 here in Albuquerque.
Yep, 8:33 here in the good old Bay Area.
You can't see nothing because the fog took it all away.
I know. You guys, don't you love watching us where it's like really bright and then all of a sudden we're ending and it's dark?
You know the hard part about all this setup?
What?
I got to take it all down now.
Ooh, well, I will be in the other room. I'm just kidding. I'll help you.
All right.
All right, guys.
I'm a millennial.
I'm a boomer.
And we do appreciate you spending time with us. You can be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us.
Yes. Thank you for watching. We love you.
Thank you.
And don't forget to eat some very nutritious food this week.
Are you going to make gummies?
I'll make gummies. I made them.
You're going to make gummies?
I got to put that on my social media.
All right.
I do. All right, guys. Good night.
Thank you for listening to Millennial Boom with Diane Faith and Stanley Roberts. Millennial Boom and Reasons Why Aliens Will Never Invade Earth and Caught Misbehaving videos are made possible through viewer donations. Check out www.linktree.com/MrBadleyTV to see how you can help. See you next week.